So right now I'm working with this player before any change was made to their stroke. I'm using an iPhone 14 along with CapCut editing software. This observation occurred in a private lesson that was done indoors. We're working on the transition game. Specifically, we're working on the backhand slice and using that shot to help her transition into the net. Right now in this lesson, you can see that Amy normally hits a two-handed backhand. So in order to teach her backhand slice, we need to work on her grip. I needed to make sure she was using a continental grip to hit the slice. And you can see that initially she's using her forehand grip to hit her slice. And as a result, her racket face is way too open at the point of contact. The result is that the ball flies as she's hitting him. The ball flies way too high. Since the slice backhand is a new shot to her, I'm focusing on consistency at this time. In later lessons, I want to work on her follow through and the swing path. Ultimately, I'd like to see her use her slice backhand to help her transition into the net. In terms of ball characteristics, we're looking to work on the height and the depth of her ball. The slice will create a low ball that gets through the court and is difficult for her opponent to play, especially on grass. And it should also give her time to follow the ball into the net. So the deeper she can get that slice and the less height it gets on it, so it stays low over the net, the better the shot will be. So in lesson two, once we were able to address Amy's grip issue, we started working on Amy's swing path. We tried to make sure it was going from high to low in order to impart the appropriate spin. So I demonstrated the proper swing path for her, kind of showed her what she was doing wrong too, in terms of improper swing path. And then I had her do several shadow swings in order to demonstrate to me that she got the gist of what we were talking about. We were able to successfully move from the shadow swing to a hand feed. And the hand feed enabled her to gain more confidence and sort of progress in terms of the lesson. Once it seemed like she kind of had the mechanics down from the hand feed, we then moved to a racket feed, me feeding the ball from the other side of the net, all while trying to maintain the focus on her swing path, making sure that she was moving from high to low. And then we added some work in on her follow through to make sure that she was following through to the target rather than relying on following through over her shoulder, since her natural backhand is two-hander. In terms of the continuum closed to open, we kind of started in a more closed environment since Amy was still in the cognitive to associative range. And then a little later, we started out doing some more open continuum drills. So I started out by hand feeding her the ball, and then we progressed to me racket feeding her the ball from the other side of the net. And then we moved to a more open phase by having her hit sliced backhand approach, which was racket fed by me, with her transitioning to the net and attempting to play out a point. So my final observations regarding Amy's sliced backhand were found by attending a league match with Amy and actually playing as her partner. As you can see from the video here, Amy's backswing was improved. Her finishes were out in front rather than down low. She did a nice job of focusing on her swing path from high to low. And I think she understood that by focusing on the swing path, it gave her greater consistency and a larger hitting zone.